All right, Kamina the coach here. Welcome back. I am so excited to do this video because I have more news. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kamina the coach. I started this channel to help people find balance in their life and to find the courage to get the strength to get their stuff together to move overseas. I worked overseas from 2011 to 2020 when COVID fast forced me back to the United States. And then I began my adoption journey, coming out of the fog, as we call it, and my reunion journey, and my radical healing journey as a result of all of that. I've always been on a healing journey, but recently it's turned radical. I've been using psilocybin found in magic mushrooms to assist with therapy because it loosens the fear center of the brain. It actually kind of deactivates it, which essentially is cutting off the ego, which is protecting you from, it thinks it's protecting you, but really it's essentially stopping you from getting to the parts of the brain that are holding on to your deepest trauma. So I have found spectacular relief and clarity and in tuneness with myself and the universe that I haven't had in maybe my entire life. And when you hear people talk about this stuff, you will hear them describe it as profound. So I really wanted to share my journey so that people can understand what it's done for me. I'd like to start off by saying I'm not a doctor or a therapist, and I'm not recommending anything. I'm just sharing my journey, and if you have any questions or you need some help or guidance or whatever, reach out. I am eventually going to turn my coaching towards integration therapy, so helping people who have decided to incorporate mushrooms into their therapy, integrate their experiences into their lives. So yeah, it's a new chapter. Also looking at cultivating my own so that my clients will know where their stuff has come from and the intention with which it was grown and the cleanliness as well. So all that aside, where am I at right now? So last Sunday I had to do another session. The mushrooms were calling to me and I wasn't sure. So my last video was about my cord cutting ceremony, and it just threw me into an emotional upheaval. Probably a lot of that has to do with adoption trauma. Cords very resistant to being cut, and a lot of upheaval since then. And so what I have found really interesting is my level of awareness since I began mushroom therapy. So I did 2 grams. A week later, I did 3.12 grams, and then my last ceremony, I did 5, and then, so then about 3 weeks later, then here last Sunday, I did 3. All very different, distinct experiences, but since the very first one, I hear myself, I hear the universe, I hear the truth much more quickly. When lessons pop up in my life, I see them for what they are more clearly, and I'm less resistant to accept it. So the reason for, so I'll share a story, and it'll kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. So up until this point, I was in a relationship for about 4 or 5 months before I moved out here to Arizona. My relationship ended mid-ish August of 2021, so I was definitely not really interested in getting back in any kind of serious relationship and kind of looking at relationships very differently. And I, of course, as soon as I said that to the universe was like, oh really? Let's see. Actually, what it was a conversation with my friend about my intuition and what would happen if I met a male or a partner, potentially, a potential partner that shared the same type of intuition. And I was like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because that'll never happen. And the universe said, oh, really? And so I met somebody who, I don't know how to explain it. Kindred spirit, twin flame, someone who shares a lot of my insights on the world, who understood my vision very clearly. But at no point was I looking at it like this is forever. At no point. We connected, we talked for almost 24 hours when we first met, and we connected immediately. And this is not somebody that I would pick regularly. It's not somebody that I would normally be attracted to either. But it was just that mental stimulation. And so that relationship was brief. It was only 2 weeks, and I didn't resist it. So this person is retiring from the fire department after 22 years, and is in May going to go to Atlanta to go to Emory to go to university. So we weren't going to have much time together anyway. And you know, trying to plan around that stuff just wasn't going to be feasible. So it was really a testament to learning how to live in the moment and enjoy the moment, which I did very much. Also, so one of my new endeavors, because of my newly found self-worth, is establishing boundaries and being able to stick to them, especially with people that you feel deeply for and you care deeply about. That's a big challenge for me, and it has been for a long time. So I really believe that this was the universe and my higher self teaching me how to assert my boundaries, even in situations where emotions are running high. So it didn't end well, and that is okay. It was so worth it, worth the experience. I also believe this person came into my life so that I had a safe place to spend Thanksgiving. Holiday season is a really hard time for me. And that last mushroom session that I did last Sunday showed me that I really needed this guy's family as a crutch, as a support system. Not a crutch, that's probably not a good word. As a support system as I moved through that holiday. This Thanksgiving was this past Thursday. So yeah, and his family was spectacular. It was a wonderful experience, and though our interaction didn't end well, I'm still thankful for the time and for the experience, and I'm thankful that I listened to the universe and to my intuition. And that's my goal, is to learn how to develop my intuition, to learn how to trust myself again, and to learn how to also create that energetic field to protect my energy. And I discovered while I was with this person that I need that even more than ever, because I am so finely tuned at this point that I'm picking up everything. There was one point where the person was suffering. He was going through some things, and I was holding him, and I started feeling sad, and I didn't understand why. And I said, "Can you please tell me how you're feeling?" And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because I feel melancholy, and I don't have a reason to be sad." And he wasn't even aware of his own emotions until much later that night. It was very interesting and a little disheartening maybe, because I recognize how much I'm soaking up other people's energy and how important it is to learn how to erect this energy field so that I can be of more service to people. I can't be of much service if I'm soaking up everyone else's energy, because it's going to deplete me so thoroughly. So I really need to learn how to protect myself energetically a lot better. So I'm thankful for the experience, and all of this to say that this journey has made me much more sensitive, and it has either the messages are coming harder and louder and faster, or I'm just paying attention more clearly now. I'm not sure, maybe it's both, but I'm definitely different. Embrace every situation. There's a lesson in every situation. Try not to be so emotionally attached to everything. Living in the moment is everything, and I know it's easier said than done, but there is real beauty in being able to take a lesson away from hard situations and finding what there was to learn, what it was to teach you from that. And so I think it's beautiful to be able to get this out and share it with people. I am sad for how it went. I am sad. I'm sad for how it went. I chose not to speak my entire truth with this person, and I think that was the right thing to do, because they're not in a position in their healing journey to receive everything that I had to say about where they're at in their path, because they did some kind of mean things to me. But I understand we're in different places in our journey, and when people are activated, they do mean things. I mean, it happens, and I understand. So I am a little sad, but overall I feel very hopeful and thankful and fulfilled and aware, and it's a lot. Still, it's a lot. I am processing. Like I said, my next step is to start growing, so I'm starting that process, that journey very soon. So yeah, reach out if you're curious, if you want to chat, if you're interested in working with me in the future, trying to get you on the books for the future. Like, I'm not taking clients as of right now. There's still some more studying I need to do, still some more growth and development that I need to do, but I would love to talk with you about working with you in the future. So all that, and I am Kamina the coach, wishing you love, light, peace, and joy. I am holding you in my love and light, and until next time, peace.